This happened to me about 3 weeks ago. I live alone in a quiet suburban apartment building. For the last few years, it's been just me, my cat, and my fish. Peaceful, quiet, uneventful. That is until recently. For the last 3 weeks, I've been hearing 3 distinct knocks on my front door every single night at exactly 3:17 a.m. At first, I assumed it was a prank. You know, some neighborhood kids having a little fun. But after a couple of nights, it was clear it wasn't. I finally got fed up and went to check it out. There was no one there. Of course, I could have sworn I heard voices on the other side of the door, but when I opened it, all was quiet. I installed a security camera that night and made sure the recording was set to 24 frames per second. I didn't want to miss whatever was going on. Every night at 3:17, the camera would cut to static for exactly 1 minute. The knocking would get louder, and then it would stop. Just before 4 a.m., the footage would return to normal, and there would be no sign of anyone ever being there. I started asking around, trying to see if any of the other tenants had experienced anything similar. It turned out that 5 of the previous 6 tenants in my unit had all left within a week of moving in. None of them gave a proper notice. They just picked up and left. The one who stayed the longest was an old woman who lived here for 5 years. She told me she never heard anything. But then again, she was almost deaf. One neighbor leaned in close and whispered, "They say it follows whoever answers the door." What does that even mean? I didn't think much of it. I was more annoyed than anything. But then it happened again. I was looking through the peephole and I saw a tall, thin silhouette. It didn't move, but it was swaying slightly back and forth. I didn't open the door, but when I turned away to call the police, I saw the same silhouette in the reflection of my TV screen. It was in my apartment. That's when I went to the building archives and discovered that back in 1974, a man was murdered in my apartment. He was beaten to death at 3:17 in the morning. The case was never solved and his name was never released. But the police report said the victim's name was